Welcome to Silent Secrets. Now imagine this. You walk into a room. You don't even say a word. You simply make eye contact with her. For a moment, the entire world fades. Her posture shifts. She smiles a little too long. She tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. She leans in, not because of what you said, but because of what she felt. That spark? That's not random. That's psychology. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating, scientifically backed ways to create natural, genuine attraction. Not through pretending to be someone you're not through fake, confidence, or scripted lines, but by understanding how to trigger the emotional chemistry that makes her want to flirt with you. This isn't about tricks or manipulation. This is about communication on the deepest, most subconscious level, the one that makes her feel safe, curious, and drawn to your energy without even knowing why. So stay with me till the end, because what I'm about to share are not pickup lines. These are 3 core psychological triggers that activate her emotional desire to connect with you, to open up, to flirt, and to chase your attention. When you understand these triggers, you'll notice everything starts to change. Her laughter becomes softer, her voice warmer, and her gaze lingers just a second too long. Let's begin. Part 1. The unspoken code of flirtation. Here's a truth that most people never realize. Flirtation isn't physical, it's emotional. The best flirts in the world don't rely on looks, money, or status. They rely on energy. They know how to make a woman feel something before she even realizes what's happening. When you create emotional tension, that delicate balance between comfort and curiosity, her brain releases chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These aren't just random hormones. They are the neurochemical foundation of attraction. Every time she laughs with you, every time she feels seen or understood, her brain literally begins to associate you with pleasure. That's how attraction builds. It's not about chasing her. It's about creating a moment that she doesn't want to end. But here's the catch, and it's crucial. Most women won't flirt openly, even when they want to. Society teaches them restraint. They're told not to appear too forward, not to express interest first, not to reveal desire. So even when she feels the chemistry, she'll suppress it. That means your role, as a confident, emotionally grounded man, isn't to chase. It's to lead the energy, to make her feel emotionally safe enough to show her feminine side. The playful, teasing, flirty side she normally hides. And that's what separates the man she enjoys talking to from the man she can't stop thinking about. Part 2. The hidden barrier. Social fear. Let's go a level deeper. Every woman you meet carries what psychologists call social conditioning. From a young age, she's told, be careful. Don't be too bold. Don't give him the wrong idea. So even when she's intrigued, her mind builds a wall, a defense mechanism that protects her from judgment. She might smile but avoid direct eye contact. She might laugh at your jokes but keep her tone neutral. She's curious but hesitant, and that hesitation is your window, not to push harder, but to create comfort. Because the moment she feels you're not judging her, that you're confident enough to enjoy her playful energy without needing control, that's when the wall comes down. This is what psychologists call emotional permission. It's when she feels it's safe to express attraction without fear of rejection or ridicule. When you master that space, calm, grounded, inviting, she naturally begins to lean into it. Her laughter becomes louder. Her body language softens, and before long, she's mirroring your energy. That's not coincidence. That's emotional synchronization. One of the strongest attraction patterns ever observed in human behavior. Part 3. The foundation of magnetic presence. Now that you understand the why, let's talk about the how. To make her feel safe enough to flirt, you need to project 2 energies at once: grounded calm and playful curiosity. Think of flirtation as a dance. Someone has to take the first step. Your job is to lead that dance, but gently, with awareness. That begins with your energy, your tone, your pace. When you speak slowly, when your words are deliberate, You signal control, not dominance, composure, and women pick up on that instantly. They don't respond to volume. They respond to vibe. So before you say anything, adjust your internal state. Ask yourself, what energy am I radiating right now? If you're anxious or overeager, she'll feel it. If you're calm, amused, and slightly mysterious, she'll lean in. That's the foundation of presence. And presence is the birthplace of attraction. Part 4. The first trigger, semi-sexual, compliments. Let's put theory into practice. The first psychological trigger is what I call semi-sexual, compliments. These are compliments that suggest attraction without crossing the line. Most guys say things like, "You're really nice, you're smart, you're fun to talk." 2. Neutral, safe, forgettable. But the men who trigger attraction use subtle implication. You have a dangerous smile. There's something about your energy that's kind of addictive. You look good in that color. I almost forgot what I was saying. See the difference? Each line communicates. I see you as a woman, not just as a person. The compliment is not graphic. It's not pushy. It's not about her body. It's about her presence, delivered calmly with a pause, and then followed by a natural change of topic. This creates a spark. Why? Because you expressed attraction and then detached. You didn't linger. You didn't wait for approval. You gave, then moved on. That moment of mystery makes her brain light up with curiosity. Did he just flirt with me? Or was he serious? And that question is what fuels emotional engagement. Part 5. The second trigger, playful curiosity. Once you've established warmth, you move to the second trigger, playful curiosity. This is where you invite her to open up, emotionally and subtly romantically, through questions. You don't force flirtation. You invite it. Ask questions that make her reflect, remember, and feel. What do you find most attractive in someone? What's something small that instantly gets your attention? What kind of moment makes you feel alive? Notice, these aren't invasive. They're emotional. They create intimacy without pressure. When she answers, listen, and truly listen, because every time she feels heard, her trust in you deepens, and when trust deepens, attraction follows. Then, you gradually build playfulness into your tone, light teasing, shared laughter. That's the emotional rhythm. Warmth, curiosity, and tension. Part 6. The third trigger, playful misinterpretation now. We reach the most powerful part, the art of playful misinterpretation. This is a master-level psychological technique used in storytelling, stand-up comedy, and flirtation alike. You take something innocent, she says, and twist it, gently, into a flirty, humorous meaning. You're not mocking. You're reframing. She says, I'm terrible at keeping secrets. You reply, good thing I'm great at making them worth keeping. She says, I can be stubborn sometimes. You smile. Perfect. I like a challenge. These little twists send a very specific signal. I understand the tension, and I'm comfortable playing with it. That's irresistible because it communicates 3 things at once. Confidence. You're not afraid of tension. Humor. You make it fun. Awareness. You know when to stop. This combination, bold, funny, and emotionally intelligent, activates what psychologists call feminine mirroring. When she feels safe and amused, her subconscious starts to mirror your playfulness. That's when she begins to flirt back. Part 7. The subtle science of tension and release attraction isn't a constant chase. It's rhythm. Think of it like waves. Flirt, then pause, tease, then go. Neutral, create tension. Then release it with warmth. That cycle keeps her emotionally invested, because every pause builds anticipation, and anticipation is the seed of desire. You don't want her to know what's coming next. You want her to feel it. When you become slightly unpredictable, calm one moment, teasing the next, her brain starts releasing dopamine. Dopamine is the neurochemical of anticipation, and anticipation is addictive. That's how chemistry grows, through contrasts, not constancy. Part 8. The frame of confidence. Now we come to the final piece, the psychological frame that holds everything together. You can master every technique in the world, but if your energy is off, if you're seeking approval, chasing validation, it all falls apart. Because real attraction isn't about trying to get her. It's about allowing her to feel drawn to you. Your frame must communicate one thing: I am already enough. That's what creates masculine polarity. When she tests you, and she will, stay calm. If she teases, smile. If she challenges you, respond with amusement. If she pulls back, don't chase. That steadiness tells her subconscious, this man is grounded. He doesn't need me to validate him. And ironically, that's when she starts craving your validation, because confidence without arrogance feels safe. You become both the storm and the calm within it. Part 9. The power of silence. Here's something most men overlook. Silence. Silence is magnetic. When you pause after she speaks, when you hold eye contact just a second longer, her mind begins to race. Humans hate uncertainty. So the brain fills silence with meaning. She starts to wonder what you're thinking. And curiosity quickly becomes fascination. That's why the most captivating communicators aren't the loudest. They're the calmest. They speak with pauses. They move slowly. They don't rush connection. They let the chemistry build, because in silence, imagination takes over. And imagination is far more powerful than words. Part 10. The emotional blueprint. Let's recap the structure of natural flirtation psychology. Lead the energy. Set the tone. Don't match hers. Establish your own. Offer semi-sexual compliments. Respectful. Warm and detached. Invite emotional openness through curiosity and reflection. Add playful. Misinterpretation to introduce tension, and humor. Master silence and composure to create mystery and depth. When you combine these, you stop chasing attraction and start evoking it. You become a man who doesn't try to flirt. You become a man whose presence naturally invites it, because women don't respond to effort, they respond to energy. The more comfortable you are in your own presence, the more she'll relax into hers. Part 11. The inner mindset. Everything we've talked about so far happens externally. The tone, the body language, the rhythm. But here's the truth most people miss. Flirtation starts in your mindset. It's not about what you say. It's about what you believe about yourself. When you genuinely enjoy who you are, when you know that your presence is enough, people feel that. That's why true attraction feels effortless, because you're not trying to convince anyone of your value. You're expressing it, every word. Every pause, every glance comes from a place of quiet certainty. That's what women pick up on. That's what keeps them coming back. Part 12. The dark psychology of desire. Let's end on a deeper layer, the emotional undercurrent behind all human attraction. At its core, desire is built on two primal feelings, safety and mystery. Safety says, I can trust him. Mystery says, I want to understand him. When you embody both, her mind and body align. She feels secure and intrigued. That duality, warmth and unpredictability, creates the magnetic pull we call chemistry. And it's not about games. It's about emotional awareness. The best flirts don't manipulate feelings. They create an emotional experience. They awaken curiosity. They inspire laughter. They make moments feel alive. And that's what every woman, every person, really craves, to feel alive. So, don't chase. Don't overthink. Lead the energy. Be grounded. Be amused. Be yourself. Fully, unapologetically, and calmly. Because once you master the psychology of emotional safety and subtle tension, you won't just attract attention, you'll command it, effortlessly. Soft cinematic tone. I'm Amelia, and this is Silent Secrets, where we uncover the hidden psychology behind human attraction. If this video opened your mind, don't just listen, apply it. The next time you talk to someone, practice these triggers: comfort, curiosity, tension, and composure. And watch how people respond differently. Because when your energy changes, everything changes. You are the signal. You decide the tone. And once you master that, she won't just flirt with you, she'll remember you. Until next time, stay aware, stay grounded, and stay magnetic.